Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, let us discuss about one of the feature of Java 14, switch returning a value. Let us get started. Guys, you all know about switch case. Switch is used when you are having multiple conditions to check for. Rather than using multiple if-else statements or chained if-else statement, you can use switch case. In this example, let us see how switch case can be used to return a value. To start with, for this example, let us work on order status. The order status can be new, processing, shipped, delivered and cancelled. If you notice, these are fixed set of values. You can have them as enum also. Switch also takes enum as value. But in this example, let me have it as a string value only. So, let me start writing the code. String order status equal to new. Based on the order status, I want to provide a message to the user. Switch, let me pass order status, convert it into uppercase, curly braces, within which let us add the case. If you are using the normal switch case, you will write this code as case within quotes. I need to convert it into capital letter, right? New colon within which you will have a set of statements. But now in this case, we want to return a value. So, no need of colon. Rather, I can add an arrow. Within curly braces, I can add a set of statements and finally I can return a value. For returning, in this case, we will be using the keyword yield. Your order is placed. Similarly, I can add the cases for processing, shipped, delivered and cancelled. So, let me add for processing. Now, there is a catch over here. If you are having only one single line of code, just like lambda expression, you don't have to use the curly braces and you don't have to use the yield keyword also. When to use yield keyword? If you are performing a functionality within the case and you want to return the result, in that scenario, use yield keyword, or else it is enough you return the value directly. Just like lambda expression. In case of lambda expression, if you are having a single line, just pass the value directly. As in, your order is processed. No need of curly braces, no need of yield keyword. Let me add a comment. Single line means no need of yield keyword. Okay. Let us add the next case, that is shipped. Your order is on the way. And next one is delivered. Your order is delivered. The last one is cancelled. In this case, let me add a set of statements, string message, order cancelled by user, and I can return this message, yield message. And do you need a break statement? Because we are returning a value, we don't have to use a break statement. And one important thing is, when you are working with switch, it is not mandatory to have a default. But if you are working with a switch that returns a value, it is mandatory that you need to use a default statement. But before that, let us sort out these errors. I am having error in this line and in this line. The reason is you are returning a value but you are not capturing it. So, how to capture it? String status equal to. Now the error is gone. This is like an expression. As in, the syntax goes like this. You are calling switch with an expression inside which returns a value. So, it means you need to get it in that particular data type. And this should end with a semicolon. This is one single statement. So, this is a switch statement. Let me comment this line. So, we are going to modify it in this manner. So, here string status, I am calling switch with expression. It ends over here. Now, I need to end this with a semicolon. Okay. Still I am getting an error. As we discussed, it is mandatory that your switch should have a default case. Let me keep the cursor here, add default case. This default throws new illegal argument exception. It is not mandatory that you need to use this. You can give your own default value also. Okay. Now, we have got the status. In the next line, let us print it. Let me run this. Now I am getting your order is placed. This is the value that is returned from the switch expression. Now instead of new, let me have it as cancelled. Run this. Order cancelled by user. In the other case, delivered, where we have not even used yield keyword. Okay, this also is working fine. Now let us see a proper example where yield is mandatory. If you notice, in these places yield is not mandatory. It is enough that you can give your case statements in one single line. Now let me create a new class, payment. Let me add public static void main. Okay. The idea of this application is the payment mode done by the user can be of any type: credit card, debit card, UPI, wallet. Based on the payment mode, I want to calculate the processing fee and return it. Okay. Let me add a variable string mode which can be of any type: credit card, debit card and so on. My idea is I need to calculate the processing fee for a particular amount. So let me add double amount is equal to 8000 and let us add the switch case. Switch mode dot to uppercase. You can have it as mode or payment mode. The return type of this is going to be the processing fee. Double processing fee. Curly braces, end it with a semicolon. Now within this, let us add the case statements. Case, credit card, arrow, method body, within which we are going to calculate the processing fee and return it back. Double fee percent 0.02 as in 2%. Double total fee equal to amount into fee percent. The next line, return the value. Yield total fee. Okay. Same way, let us do it for debit card, UPI and wallet. Case debit card. Arrow. Double fixed fee equal to 10. This will be my processing fee. So let me return this fixed fee. Yield fixed fee. Next one is UPI. Case UPI. Arrow curly braces. Double fee percent equal to 0.05. That is 5%. Let me copy this. Double total fee equal to amount into fee percent. Yield total fee. Similarly, let us do it for wallet also. Case wallet. Let me have it as fixed amount. Fixed equal to 8. Yield fixed. Okay. And it is also mandatory that we need to add a default statement. Default. So this time let us return a proper value only. Yield 0. The switch expression ends here. After that, let us get the value. The value is processing fee. So processing fee plus processing fee. That's it. Let me format it. So as we discussed, if your case is having a functionality, it is always better to use yield because it helps to create a clean code. Now let me run this. For me, the processing fee is 160 because I am using credit card. Same way if I am changing it to UPI. Processing fee is 400. Technically it has to be reverse. I will change it here. Let me change it to 5 here. and I'll change it to 2 here. Let me run this. For UPI, the processing fee is 160 rupees. It is not mandatory that you need to work with this. Same thing, you can try it for a simple calculator example also. Now let us use the content assist to do that. Let me have the class name as calculator. The idea here is I want to calculate the sum, product, difference and quotient. Sum, product, difference and quotient. So for this, let us create an enum over here. Enum process. Let us add the values sum, product, difference, comma, quotient. And now let us add the switch expression for this. I want to calculate the sum or product or difference or quotient. So let me give values for two numbers. Int 90, int number 2 equal to 30. Okay. Let us add the switch as an expression. Switch, curly braces, semicolon, inside which I need to pass the enum process dot sum. This returns a value. Let me get it in a double variable. Double result is equal to, within which let us add the case statements. Case sum. This is not a string. This is a enum value. Arrow, curly brace. Let me add it in 2 lines. Double sum is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Yield sum. Let me copy it for the other cases also. Sum, difference, product. For difference, let me have it as number 1 minus number 2. Capture it in a variable as difference. Yield difference. For product, I don't want to have multiple lines. Let me write the functionality in a single line only. So, it is number 1 into number 2. No need of yield and curly braces. And the last one. For quotient also, let me do the same thing. Quotient, number 1 divided by number 2. No need of curly braces and no need of yield keyword. All completed now. But what is missing here? We have not added default case, and of course it is not giving me an error also. Why? The moment you give enum as a parameter in switch, you can pass only that fixed set of values. There is no way or no chance that you can make a mistake. If you are giving a different case, then automatically it will give you a compiler error. So default is not mandatory if you are working with enum in your switch expression. Okay. Now, after the semicolon, let me add the println statement. So, result. In our case, we are processing sum. I should get 120. Okay. Now, instead of sum, let me give quotient. I have got the output. So, there is no way that you can pass a value that is not a part of enum. Whatever you are passing here will be a part of enum. But in the other scenario, you can pass anything which is a string. So, it is mandatory that you need to add a default statement. But in case of enum, that is if you are passing enum within your switch case, you don't have to add default case. Okay. This is all about switch returning a value. That's it. Thank you.